For the average Beyblade fan, their reaction to the Takara Tomy Beyblade Day was probably something like,
"That's it?"
But by God, Hasbro came in and clutched and honestly saved Beyblade Day, because the information we have for both brands for Beyblade X is absolutely crazy. So in this video, we're going to be going over everything, all the news and everything to catch you up on it. So if you are new here, subscribe to the channel and comment your thoughts. Check out Mall of Bays if you want Japanese Beyblade imported products. We are Canadian-based import seller, an optional way to support the channel. I appreciate any support regardless. So starting us off with probably the biggest news, at least on the TT side, it's actually that they announced the World Championship. So they announced this is going to be in Tokyo in October 2025. Very, very exciting. So now my biggest worry is just going to be if we're going to have two divisions. So kind of how it works in Asia is you basically kind of have like the younger kids division, and then after like older. What I'm hoping is that if we're gonna get these championships, these tournaments, however many they may be, like qualifiers, that type of shit, I really, really hope they'll have two divisions, like let's say like just young kids, and then after like let's say like 8 to 12, and then after like 13 plus. I mostly just think it would be really, really cool to kind of see them adapt what Asia set up, because otherwise, if you imagine if they only have it like let's say that younger demographic and they don't have it open to all ages, I think it would be really, really a step backwards, because you could easily just have a championship where you crown like the young champion, and then after like the all ages one, have them separate. I don't know. The ballpark is basically on the regions, and hopefully we can actually get some good work done. So now let's talk about the Xeno Excalibur news. So they announced the crossover Beyblade that's going to be releasing March 29th, which is the same time as regular CX, so mark your calendars on there. Probably Mall of Bays should have the pre-orders up. So as far as the Excalibur X over goes, I'm going to let the other Zankye actually handle explaining most of it, but for those of you that are kind of wondering on the burst stuff, so as far as how they modified Excalibur, they essentially just filled out all the contact areas, like here, 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 and then after just filled it out. Now this part right here, this is the part where you got to be a little bit concerned, because this was originally very triangular. It's obviously very explosive. Yes, the contact will probably wear over time. Anything triangular will, because it's just going to get more rounded off, but they just made it like very, very small. Now the thing is this, you're going to look at Xeno Excalibur right now next to Drawn Buster, and you're going to be asking yourself, well, this should be pretty similar. Drawn Buster is pretty heavy, and also it's a very large protruding contact point. I expect Xeno Excalibur just to probably be, I don't know, Diet version, Diet Coke version of it. The other part's 360. It makes sense. Magnum is three-sided. If you look at this, this is literally what 360 basically is, so I don't really care. That's fine. They gave it gear flat. Now, gear flat's not a... I don't know. Gear flat doesn't really represent impact, but also I would have maybe preferred like the level bit or something. It's kind of funny because Drawn Buster is really more closer to the Excalibur shape than the actual Excalibur crossover. As far as my thoughts on it, like, I don't know. Like, the weights that Crazy was able to estimate on it based on all the data we kind of had, which they have been accurate in the past, very, very close to the original weights that the releases actually came to be. Forgot to add this in, but it does come with the hold launcher. Hold launcher is just basically a fused winder and grip. It's pretty good if you can get a good one. The cord on it, like, super, super long, so if you're a winder player, there's extremely good value there. Sometimes the launcher has bad quality control, but for the most part, I would say it is pretty good. If it ends up being good, I'll take it, but you know, I don't really know. This is like the really stupid shit that they announced. So Beyblade X app membership costs about 550 yen a month. I think you can get this on Takara Tomy Mall. So you'll get a special dranbrave lock chip and a sheet for the battle pass as a sign-up bonus. You get a weekly roll on the gacha and 550 yen off coupon on TT Mall every month. And you get like a lottery entry to buy old rare bays, and like there's like monthly surveys or whatever. So I don't know, it's like you already have this gacha gambling bullshit whatever, where people try to gamble only after win a rare Beyblade, and now you have like what? Like a little battle pass basically? A literal battle pass now on like, oh, well, there are these benefits to reap with, I don't know. For Beyblade Zone, they announced a new DLC. If you care about that game is dead. That game is like really, really like, they announced like the drawn recolors or whatever. They basically said the game was doing really well, and they're announcing like a new Beyblade game. It's gonna really annoy me if they announce Beyblade Zone 2. I'm personally under the impression that Beyblade Zone should never have a sequel, in the sense that you can just basically add DLC to the main game and just expand on there. Like, when are they gonna do the next game? Is it gonna be like end of this year or something? Is it going to be the following year? I don't really know. If it's a different type of Beyblade game and it's not like the same thing as Zone, then I guess that's kind of cool, but I don't know. Zone was very disappointing for lack of content, wasn't as engaging as Battle Zero, but I digress. Oh, they also announced, I don't know anything about this, who these, you know, groups are or whatever. I think they announced for the anime some like new group that's doing like the opening and ending or whatever, so I don't know. If you know whoever this is and really know a lot of the work they do, feel free to share it. Tomorrow X Together, Jack Jones Adieu. Now, you know, on the Hasbro side, they actually did what I would consider to be a really, really good move. Mostly because, like, the TT announcement, let's be real now, I think was perfectly fine for what it was, because this was intended for the Asia audience. Now, for the Hasbro side, I was thinking, like, man, they cannot fuck up this thing, because, like, this is, like, really, really the balls in their park to really carry on this day, and honestly, they did a good job. They did things that I think they should be doing since day one, where they just have all these products announced way ahead of time, so people can kind of have, like, this window to understand when they actually release. They do have this deal with Amazon, so all these pre-orders are up for everything, so we got CX stuff, so much shit, and a really, really surprise one that even I was shocked by. We got Jurassic Park collaborations. I'm not really a Jurassic Park guy, so I don't know. I think it kind of makes sense to kind of do this. I think pretty much the base here, like there's the T-Rex, which just looks like the same thing as Tyrannosaurus. I don't think there's any modifications to it. And Mosaur, I can't read. I guess there we go. That's based on Sphinx cowl in the shape and design. Looks kind of cool. They gave really good parts in these things, actually. They gave, like, what, 380... So the T-Rex one, they gave, like, 180 gear ball, but the other one has, like, 960 unite, so, hey, that's kind of cool, I guess. Now, the other one was, like, Spinosaurus or whatever, so blah, blah, blah. This was a retool. Well, actually, I think it's not even a retooling. It's just they reused Telon Terra for this one. And I think that's, like, Tyrannosaur. They didn't really change much of it. But they gave nice parts, a recolor 385, XL, and then after the other one I think was like 455 and a dot recolor. So as far as these collaborations go, I think for the most part pretty good part choices. Blades I don't really care about, but I do like the recolor parts always, so yeah, that's pretty exciting. I think it was what, like early September, whatever, September 1st or something like that. The other stuff is pretty much, almost all of them are like August 1st, I'm pretty sure. If it varies, I'll show, or to be honest, I'll just put up the Amazon affiliate link, because you can actually pre-order this. I do get commission if you use that link, so I would really appreciate it if you can use that link so I can get them Amazon bucks. Alright, well, let's kind of just go through this. Tide Whale as a regular booster, thumbs up, cheap way to get elevates, very, very good. Gonna be very, very high value to actually obtain this one. Now, the other one they did was Dagger Drawn 470, and I thought they're gonna give it points. They replaced it with Quake, and I don't understand why. Mostly just because, like, Point was such a good bit, so they give it Quake. I don't know. I think that's a little bit of an L, but it needs a way to get Dagger Drawn, so look at it however you will. I just really would prefer points, because that would have been really good, accessible, cheap to get. Scarlet Garuda, which maybe this was an error on the site. Scarlet Garuda is a starter. Scarlet Garuda is like decent blade, tip is kind of inconsistent, whatever, but Scarlet Garuda, intended for August, that's cool. This is gonna be like a decent starter value, but I don't know why Silver Wolf is for October. I have no idea why. I don't know if that's maybe that's a listing error. If not, that's really, really weird. Silver Wolf is like pushed back, but it's a very solid stamina blade, has good defense. A lot of people use it for defense, but honestly, solid stamina and good enough bit. You get your Pearl Tiger 2-pack that has Pearl Tiger, and then after the new Shark, which was this Gill Shark, it's technically stamina blade, whatever. It's a retooling of Shelter Drake. The shit hit pretty hard. Hopefully it's a little bit heavier than Shelter, but Shelter was pretty good for attack and bonking opponents, so I think that's cool. So very excited to actually get this 2-pack. The other one they showed off was Leon Crest and like the Sphinx Cowl. Leon Crest, I would say, is a solid defense blade. 7.6 is a very good ratchet for attack and defense. Your needle is fine, but yeah, good enough, I would say, good enough. Now, to really get through the end game, we got all of our CX stuff. So they showed off Hell's Reaper, Arc Wizard, dranbrave, Dark Perseus, or whatever, Courage Drawn, whatever, you know what I mean. They showed off all the CX stuff, and the release date is August 1st, so that's not too bad. You get Reaper right off the bat, so you don't have to wait too long if you want to just pull that prize base, so that's pretty cool, but this is really good. Now, actually, the craziest thing is this. We have finally, at the Karatomi Stadium, released by Hasbro, the proper wide stadium as an Amazon exclusive. Now, this releases in November, Now, the cost of this is pretty much what you would expect. It's a big stadium, and it makes sense to go through Amazon before people kind of whine and complain, oh, why wasn't this in a store? Because Hasbro is restricted by shelf space, because America is not the same thing as Asia, right? This is the best way that they could actually do it. I think the cost of it's like, honestly, it feels how they're selling it is kind of in the same way that, like, third-party import sellers sell it, because I think the stadium's, like, cost basically like almost 20 American for like the Japan retail price, so it's a little bit high up there. It's like 50 American, I think, and then after, what is that? That's like almost like 70, that's like 71 or whatever Canadian, so I mean, if you want to see more stadiums like that in the future, I assume these stadiums have to do well to sell to see if there's any interest or not, but I think it's cool that we get the option. I mean, I'm okay with the Hasbro Stadium. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. I had to dub over myself because, I don't know, but yeah. Now, I am wondering what's going to be the main stadium. Oh, no, actually, no, that answers it, actually. Okay, if this is being sold in November, that's after the World Championship. So I wonder if the World Championship's default stadium is going to be the Hasbro Stadium. That's going to really, really, really be tough. I don't know. That's going to be interesting. Either way, I think Beyblade Day, pretty good. If you're a Beyblade fan, there are no real L's. Like, yeah, you can complain about the TT shit, whatever. Honestly, I think overall was very, very positive, very, very exciting, and yeah, I'm honestly excited I got to record anything. I've been healing from my wisdom tooth surgery. I have to get like another one later on too, so it's really, really sucking. So thankfully the pain medication, so I don't know, thankfully the painkillers that I'm taking are actually able to make me do this video. So hey, I don't know when I'm going to be able to do another video or whatever, but if you're new here, like, subscribe, and comment. I don't know. All this talking really made my jaw sore. Anyways, thank you for watching. That's going to be it for now. Take care and bye. Comment your thoughts. Yippee!